totally meant to do that. Hey, what is up guys, MKBHD here, and we finally have new iPods. You might not be able to tell unless you were following this stuff. In fact, you wouldn't even see it if you went to apple.com. It's not in the tabs up top, but it's a 2-year-old, long overdue refresh of the new iPod Touch, and this is everything you need to know that's new about it. So first new thing is the updated specs. So this new iPod Touch is rocking an Apple A8 chip and 1GB of RAM, and this was the most needed part of the refresh, so now the benchmarks are a little bit below the current iPhone, which is great, and performance all around is zippy and smooth, just like the experience on a fresh iPhone or previous iPod Touches, as you would expect. We all know iOS handles 1GB of RAM pretty well, so it's still smooth, and even gaming is great on this iPod, and I actually think that's where it's going to end up being the best reason to buy this. I wish the screen was a little bit bigger, but while a lot of us 90s kids grew up with Game Boys and PSPs, I could see someone buying this in 2015 as their first handheld gaming console, so think about that. Now speaking of the display, that's actually the second major new thing. So it's rocking a 4-inch Retina display, so 1136 by 640 at 326 pixels per inch. Nothing too crazy here. Like I said, I wish it was a little bit bigger, but for watching videos and gaming, it's all right. And again, it's still an iPod, so it's a media player. It's something you want to keep small and portable. And believe me, they have done exactly that. This thing is still super thin and light at 6.1 millimeters thin and 88 grams. But it's still solid as a rock still, so no bend gate issues here. The iPod Touch is built very well. And in this really thin body, they managed to fit 2 other new pieces of hardware. First is the very slightly larger battery. This newest one is rocking 1043 milliamp hour battery, where the last iPod Touch was a 1030 milliamp hour battery, so just a little tiny bit bigger, but you'll actually see more of the battery life improvements thanks to new software and the new specs. And the other thing that's new is the new camera. So now you're set with a new 8 megapixel camera with an f2.4 aperture. It's essentially on par with the iPhone 5's camera. In fact, I think a lot of the parts, like the camera here and the display, come from the iPhone 5. So it was top of the line a few years ago. Now it's come a lot down in price. Makes sense for Apple to finish out the stock of these parts. So the photos and videos will look pretty good. And yes, it does protrude a little bit from the back. I wish it didn't, but oh well. Lastly, one thing that's not actually new is the home button, which is kind of disappointing since that means there's no Touch ID and also there's no NFC, so no Apple Pay, no unlocking your phone with your fingerprint, no touching it to pay for apps, etc. Kind of wish it would have been there. It would have been nice to have, but it's not here, just a regular home button. Also, that strap that used to be connected to the back of the iPod to hold it to your wrist, that's gone too. So it starts at $200 even for the 16 gig, and I think that's a pretty good start. Even the 32 gig is probably a good deal, but I think once you go over that, you're getting into iPhone price territory. So at that point, I'd probably not recommend it. I'd actually say to get an iPhone. I also highly recommend this blue color, but it also now comes in silver, gold, space gray, pink, and red. So there you have it. It's that simple. That's the 2015 iPod Touch. At the end of the day, it's kind of hard to say who exactly this is for, like who the typical customer of this is, but it's basically someone who wants an iPhone but can't have an iPhone, so wants to get all the same experiences. Like, it kind of reminds me of my younger cousins. They're about 10 years old right now. Shout out to John and RJ if you're watching this. They can't have an iPhone right now, but they still can get something like this, which is a lot cheaper and has pretty much all the same pros of iOS and all the games and apps that they like. So that's essentially who it's for. So there you have it. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to hit that like button below if you enjoyed, or even better, there's a subscribe button below that if you want to see more videos like this. Also, I don't need this one anymore. I have an iPhone that I use and I listen to Apple Music on it, so I don't need this iPod. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this one away. So to enter to win this exact iPod, below that like button, there's a comment section. If you're a subscriber, just go ahead and leave a comment letting me know you want to win, and I'll pick one random winner from anywhere in the world in 1 week and announce that winner's name on Twitter. So go ahead and stay tuned there. That's it. Thanks for watching and good luck. Peace.